So I thought the way that The Boy in the Locked Room presented trauma was really unique and really interesting. The first book in the Beyond the Veil series had kind of weird pacing, just like this one did. It seems like K.M. Avery doesn't care that much about traditional plot structures. Their books seem to be just kind of telling a story, and what happens, and we don't care too much about where the climax is and how it builds. We're just kind of watching these characters continue. The closest I can think to what books that have had that experience for me before are kind of like Diana Gabaldon's Outlander. In Outlander, life just happens and eventually we kind of stop at the end of a book, but mostly like dramatic things just happen all throughout the books. And those books are like very sensationalized, and those characters do experience like a lot of trauma and a lot of hardship and things like that. But you're still having a lot of fun in the story, and like it's this very like angsty, oh no, look at them struggling with this pain. It's like a very dramatic kind of way of presenting it. This book felt so like jarringly honest, and this is a fun fantasy series about talking to ghosts and falling in love, and the book's full of loads of sex scenes, and you're just enjoying watching these people's lives, and we're just having all this fun. And then having this very like real traumatic event that's like not supernatural based in any way just happen out of nowhere, and then the portrayal of how the characters deal with the aftermath of that and what it would be like to be in that headspace just feels very, very realistic and very honest and very I don't want to say out of place in a book series like this, but not what you would expect in like a fun, lighthearted fantasy romance series. And I think it's really interesting to tell stories that way and to not worry so much about what genre you're in. You can be in like fun romance fantasy genre and still experience some very brutal aspects of life and still kind of wonder what that would be like and still kind of look at those stories. And so I just thought this was a really unique book. There are definitely trigger warnings. If you are a person who checks trigger warnings before you read books, definitely look up the trigger warnings for this before you read it, because it is intense. But I thought it was a very powerful way to tell a story, and it makes these characters feel more real, and it makes it feel more like you're just experiencing life with them, to see life just go on and happen. And sometimes life is fun and lighthearted, and sometimes it is not.